Hello everyone, my name is Geoffrey, a software developer from Kenya, and I'm going to give a short preview of a platform that I've built called Heirloom. Heirloom is a Bitcoin native inheritance protocol built on top of stacks. 3 to 4 million Bitcoin are permanently lost, and a growing chunk of that is not from forgotten passwords. It's from people who are incapacitated, or even worse, died without a plan. Their families know the Bitcoin exists, they just cannot access it. The options today are not great. You can write your seed phrase on paper and put it in a safe, but then whoever opens that safe has full access. You can set up a multi-sig with your family, but now your non-technical relatives have to manage the keys. You can use a centralized custodian, but that defeats the entire point of self-custody and decentralization. What if there was a way to keep full control of your Bitcoin while you're alive and have it automatically pass to your family members if something happens to you? That is where Heirloom comes in. The first thing that you see when you open the application is the landing page of our application. Right at the top, protect your Bitcoin, pass it on trustlessly. This is the core idea. Now let me show you the full application. I will start with how to actually use it, and then I'll discuss the core elements of the landing page later. For those who are interested in the technical deep dive of how we interacted with the Stacks blockchain or how we use the various Clarity 4 features, we have a detailed documentation over here describing every contract call and every other detail. So the first thing that I'll do, I'll launch the application, and this initiates the wallet connection dialog powered by the Stacks Connect. And these I'll connect to my Ledger wallet. And once the connection is successful and confirmed, you can see my wallet address on the top right corner. And when I toggle this address, I can see the wallet balances. Currently, you can see I have sBTC and USDCx. sBTC is the primary asset that we are holding in our vault, and USDCx is an alternative stable asset that is provided by Circle on the Stacks blockchain. So what I'll do, I'll create a vault, and this is a 4-step process. The first thing that I'll need to do is set my heartbeat, and I'll need to set the heartbeat interval and also the grace period. The heartbeat interval is how often you'll check in. If you miss a heartbeat, the grace period starts. A heartbeat is basically a stack transaction that resets our timer. For the demonstration purposes, I'll set it to 30 seconds, and the grace period, I'll set the grace period to 15 seconds, and you can see the total deadline is 45 seconds. I am setting in seconds because I want to show a demo or an end-to-end demonstration of how our application works, but in production you'll need to set to like 90 days for the heartbeat interval, or a year, or for the grace period you need to set like 30 days or 60 days. And then I'll go to next, and I'll be required to define my heirs, and to define my heirs I'll go to my other user in my other browser, and I'll have to copy the wallet address from this user, and I'll just click on copy, and I'll copy the Stacks address, and this will be our heir, and I'll set the wallet address of the heir over here. And then you can add up to 10 beneficiaries, but for the demonstration purposes I'll only add one beneficiary, and the beneficiaries have to add to 100%. There's also a guardian, which is an optional field that I'll skip at the moment, but the guardian is basically a trusted address that can pause the vault during the grace period. This can be the family lawyer, family friends, or other family members. So I'll go on the next, and I'll be required to fund my vault, and I'll fund my vault with, let's say, 0.1 sBTC, and I'll also like fund my vault with, let's say, 5 USDCx. I'll set it to 5 USDCx, and I'll go to next, and I'll have to review and confirm that everything that was set was correctly set, and I can see, and this is confirmed. I'll go ahead and create my vault. This is another interaction with the blockchain where I'll be required to send the transaction of creating the vault. When I approve, when the confirmation comes and the transaction has been confirmed on chain, I'll be required to deposit my USDC and my sBTC and USDCx. So the first step, deposit sBTC, and I'll approve this transaction. And then the second step is to deposit the USDCx, and I'll also approve this transaction. Once the transactions have been confirmed on chain, I'll be directed back to my dashboard. You can see the vault was already created, and the vault is currently active, and I've entered the grace period because the timer starts immediately I create the vault, and I'll send a heartbeat to reset this timer. You can see the function name is heartbeat, and when I approve and the transaction is confirmed on chain, you'll see the timer will start all over again, and the vault status will go back to active. You can see the vault status is active, and the counter has reset and has started all over again. So you can confirm all these transactions on the Explorer to show on-chain verifiability that all transactions were successful. So I'll go to my contract over here, and you can see all the transactions that I can just click on transactions, and you can see all the transactions. Well, create vault, deposit sBTC, deposit USDCx, and the heartbeat transaction over there. They were successful. So when I go back to my page, you can see the grace period is almost winding up. And once the grace period ends, then we enter the vault status becomes claimable, and now the heir can claim their assets in their wallets. And I will now switch to the heir's perspective on this page. I will connect with the heirs wallet and navigate to the claim page. So I'll just connect with for this I'll connect with the Xverse wallet, and I'll connect. And once the connection was successful over here, you can see the wallet balances. I have 0 USDCx and 0.08 sBTC, and I can now claim inheritance. So this is the claim inheritance page. The app automatically scans the blockchain for vaults where my connected address is registered as an heir. It found the vault that we just created. I can see the vault owner's address, the vault status, my allocation, my percentage share, the sBTC amount, and the USDCx amount I will receive. At that point, I'll click claim inheritance. I can now click claim inheritance, and my share of both sBTC and USDCx is transferred directly to my wallet. No intermediary, no approval needed from anyone after I claim the inheritance. There's also a manual lookup. You can see the claim has been submitted successfully, but there's also a manual lookup over here. If the autoscans does not find the vault, you can just paste the owner's address and search for the any vaults. Over here, you can just paste the owner's address over here and fetch for the vault. When I view my contract on the Explorer, I get to see all the on-chain transactions and all the contract calls. This is proof that interaction with the Stack blockchain for on-chain verifiability. So you can see all the transactions from creating a vault to claiming. You can see we deposited the USDCx and the heartbeat, and now the claim that we successfully claimed using our heir over here. So we can just go back, and when we refresh our page, we had 0 USDCx and 0.00 something sBTC. So when we come, we can see like we have 5 USDCx and we have 0.18 sBTC, meaning the transactions were successful. When all heirs have claimed, the vault automatically marks itself as distributed, and this closes the initial owner's vault, so that when we go back to the owner's dashboard, the vault is now non-existent. So we can see we are in the owner's dashboard, and because the assets have been distributed, that vault has been closed successfully. So that is Heirloom. Let me recap what makes it different, what makes Heirloom different. First, you never give up custody, your keys, your Bitcoin, the entire time. It's fully trustless, no lawyers, no custodians, no third parties. It is Bitcoin native, built on stacks, secured by the blockchain finality. It uses Clarity 4 primitives that make this possible. So this is Heirloom. Protect your Bitcoin, pass it on trustlessly. The contract is live on Stacks testnet, and the code is open source, so you can just try it out. That has been my time, and thank you for listening.